All right, it's the Sports Zone. We are back. The highest rated public access TV show since Wayne's World is back with a new host. I am Grant Freeman. I'm the new Wichita Falls ISD Athletic Director, and the Sports Zone is back for its new season. We are very excited. We've gotten so many comments. We were up for a couple of Emmys, and they didn't invite us to the ceremony, so we crashed it anyway. So Sports Zone is back. We've got Rider preview this week. We have the triumvirate of special people here today. To my right, Mr. Mark Bendel is the head football coach and campus coordinator at Rider. We have Dr. Cody Blair as the principal and all things principally at Rider, and the man, the myth, the legend, the band director, Mr. Lois Studer. So let's hear from you guys a little bit. Tell me a little bit about you, about yourself. Tell me something that's happened so far this year that you're excited about. Anything. Give me anything here.
Well, this is my 15th year in WFISD and at Rider, and obviously last year at Rider, but excited to be here. We had the happening the other night, and just to get to see a whole bunch of former Rider Raiders come to that. Mr. Studer does a great job of putting that on. I thought that was a really special event the other night, and kind of got the year kicked off the right way.
Yeah, definitely. Cody, anything about you? You excited? Anything you're excited for?
Yeah, excited about the year. We had a good start to it last week. That's kind of what we told everyone at the school. A lot of people are making a big deal about it being the last Rider Old High week.
Yeah.
But we said it's also the first week of what's going to be a really special year. So
play on words. I see what
Yeah.
Well, tell us a little bit about yourself.
I'm just excited. It was 74 degrees this morning. What else can you be excited about? We're going to have a great year, and the weather's finally cooperating a little bit for at least a day.
That's awesome.
So.
Well, we tend to, we love segments here on the Sports Zone, big segment show. So we're going to talk a little bit about all things Rider football with Coach Bendel, all things Rider with Dr. Blair, and all things band with Mr. Studer. So we're going to start with Mr. Studer. Mr. Studer, tell us a little bit about marching season here in the fall.
Okay.
Give us some names to
Sure.
instrument positions to know.
Yeah, so I think the first thing to know is our show is called Into the Sunset. Okay. And it's just about kind of a musical tribute to the end of Rider High School. And it takes you through some stuff. You'll hear the fight song a little bit mixed in, and some different kind of tributes to that. And it's kind of our way to say, hey, we love you, and it's over. And we have drum majors this year, Emily Spurgers and Savannah Skelton. Savannah's an all-district, all-region goalie, and Emily's an all-region choir kid. So our kids do lots of stuff. We have lots of kids do everything. We have football players. I have all sorts of stuff, so it's just a really good group of kids.
So if I'm having my fantasy band draft,
yeah,
who is my first round pick? Like what?
Always the tubas.
Okay,
always the tubas. Yeah, always.
Okay, and then what's the sleeper pick?
Oh,
like you can sneak in maybe in round 3 before people get real excited.
Maybe the French horn section. Maybe the French horn section.
Write that down.
Sleeper. I don't know. That's never been asked that question, but I'd say maybe the French horns.
Fantasy band draft, bringing it to the Sports Zone, big segment show, guys. We're changing the world here. Tell us a little bit about marching dates. I know we have competition this year.
Yeah, our UIL for us is October 14th here at Memorial, so hopefully everybody will come in and support all 3 schools. And then we have, hopefully we'll advance to area, and that's October 28th out in Lubbock.
Awesome. So big dates. Big dates, you heard it there. Be sure that you're not only at the stadium to see these guys at halftime, but make sure you're here for Marching Fest, and you can march your way to Lubbock when they make it to area, not hopefully if they make it to area, when they make it to area. Appreciate it, Mr. Studer. Dr. Blair, let's talk a little bit about things going on, happenings at Rider. We've already had a happening.
Sure.
So tell us about the other happenings that kind of happen in the fall.
Fall is just a fun time. We've got lots to look forward to with all of our athletic events and extracurricular groups kicking off. Had a good start to the year, so that makes it a lot of fun. Kids are real involved and engaged. Last week was a really fun week. Coming up at the end of football season, towards the end of first week of November, we have our Roundup Week.
Awesome.
That's our traditional week of naming a Mr. and Mrs. Raider. We have an assembly that the kids do skits at. It's real fun. So that's also the week at that last home football game on November 3rd versus Lubbock High that we are trying to get as many alumni there as we can. We've got some special stuff planned for halftime that night, which will be really fun. And then also a building kind of tour for alumni on that Saturday, November 4th. We'll send out more details to our alumni base about that, but it's going to be a fun fall. We're just excited about the week to week.
Anything new, any new policies or procedures that we need to know about this year with that's going on at Ryder High School?
The district is really supporting us and pushing us on some things with cell phones, some things with dress code and those kind of things, and it's been really big picture well received. Our staff has done a great job stacking hands on that kind of thing. The kids have really responded well, keeping the focus on learning, so it's really been a good start to the year.
That's good.
Yeah.
Man, that's great. Good start to the year. Keep it going. So here, the man here, Mark Bendel, let's talk to us a little bit about like what you see from the football team so far and what you kind of project to see going forward from these guys.
Yeah, I really like the team. They're really hard workers. We've been working pretty hard really since Thanksgiving break last year, and they're fun to coach. They're fun to be around. Not a whole lot of problems as far as behavior, attitude, things like that, which, as you know, that makes it fun to coach.
Exactly.
And so we're having a really, really good time, have good relationships with the kids and the coaches. And so, you know, we've kind of vowed, as this is the last year Ryder, we want to have as much fun as we can have.
Yeah.
And so being able to share it, like these two guys are probably the best, some of the best to do it in their craft, and being able to share this with them and the cheerleaders and the community of Riders is a blessing.
So highlight some kids for me. Highlight some names that we need to know. You know, because our listeners, they'd have their own high school fantasy draft. So make sure highlight some names to know that if they're wanting to draft them in fantasy this week. So let us know some names.
Sure.
Maybe some positions.
Yeah, so nobody ever drafts O-linemen in fantasy.
Okay.
But we really like our offensive line, and we have two leaders. Our tackles are Cape Johnson and Norman Mendieta. They started for us last year, and they're really only our two returning starters offensively. And so those guys are great leaders, solid kids, good family. Gideon Perez played some tight end for us last year. He's kind of moved into the offensive line, along with Isaiah Saldana and Logan Brake. Those guys kind of set the backbone for us offensively. We have a lot of new skill position kids. You know, Tyrone Morgan and Kenji Johnson returned from last year. We'll line them up at receiver and running back. Have a new quarterback with Joe Castles, came over from Archer, and Gray Johnson as an outside receiver. He was on varsity up and down last year, played some JV, played some varsity. And then on the defensive side, it goes back to the defensive line. Jalen Gibbs, Carson Ayers, Evan Rios, those guys all played for us last year. Elijah Jackson, Evandre Donnell came over. They've been they've been great. And it's been fun to see those guys, the O-line and the D-line, kind of mature. You know, the linebackers in the secondary have all the big names, but your team success is a lot of times based on your O-line and D-line.
Yeah.
But they're not going to get a whole lot of fantasy points from.
Well, and we need to change that. We can change that here on the Sports Zone. We'll put it in to Matthew Berry, ESPN. We're going to change point systems for our new high school fantasy league. I'm not sure that that's illegal. Is that illegal?
I don't think so.
I don't think it is either.
As long as there's no money changing hands.
No money changing hands. Maybe just some weird things going on. Key dates for us. Tell me big games that are something that you've got highlighted.
Well, you know, every game's a big game. We're really looking forward to playing Lubbock Cooper for the last time. We've really enjoyed playing those guys. They make you better. They're hard to beat. We've only done it a handful of times, but excited about that game. Excited to get into district. Our first two district games are on the road in Abilene. Play Abilene Wiley and Abilene Cooper. Our district's going to be tough. I think they went 4-1 this past week, and so we're excited to get into district, keep improving all the way through non-district, and then get into district and see if we can't go get a title.
Yeah. Well, we look forward to seeing you guys at the stadium this fall. We, like I said at the beginning, we're a big segment show here, family atmosphere, big segment show, but a segment fun with free. Insert graphic.
No matter how big the storm, everybody, I know I can find me a place that's warm. The sun is shining somewhere in Texas.
We're going to have some questions, and I'm going to start and let them go across. You can give a one-word answer. You can give me a couple of short sentences here, but we're going to make sure that we have a little fun here because this is really why you're here. You want to know. We ask the hard-hitting questions here, and so we want to know. So we'll start with Mr. Studer over here, and we'll work our way across. Mr. Studer, what animal would you compare yourself to or would like to be?
Oh gosh. Here we go. Probably a shark.
Shark. Okay.
Yeah, because sharks never sleep. You're always on the prowl. You gotta work hard all the time.
Like that.
You gotta keep going.
Dr. Blair?
Maybe a leopard. I don't know. I'm gonna be a
Okay.
leopard next year.
Maybe a leopard next year?
That's a politically correct answer there. Yeah.
There we go.
Be fast. I don't know.
All right, here.
Hippo.
Hippo.
I think if you had an animal bracket and they all fought to the death, I think
Hippo.
underrated hippo. I think is.
I
the
kind
most
of
deadly
thought
animal.
you'd be either hippo or rhino. I wasn't sure which one you'd go
It
with.
sticks with that lineman kind of theme you've been talking about all day too.
Definitely. We'll start with Dr. Blair on this one. What superpower would you like to possess, sir?
Some sort of flying, some way to not have to drive in the car
Okay.
long distances.
Yeah, definitely.
That'd be great.
Okay, good
We'll
deal.
take it.
The ability to change time, adjust
Oh.
time, moving
Oh.
forward or backward.
Okay. That's been done before.
Back
to the future.
That's right.
I'd like to be omniscient.
Omniscient.
Yeah, I live with 3 women,
Okay.
so that would help a lot.
Okay.
Yeah, if I knew what was going on.
Ah,
I like superpowers that I can't spell.
yeah.
Question number 3, starting here with Coach Bindle. What would the title of the book written about your life be?
I would.
I
normally
can't wait
say-
for this
I
one.
would normally say somehow I managed, but that's Michael Scott took that. So, it would be called "Is That Jack Del Rio or Chris Farley?" A Mark Bindle story.
Yeah, we talked about that last week. What would the title of your book be?
Oh, off the rails.
Off the Rails.
Yeah.
I'll read that. Dr. Blair?
I don't know. Maybe a good office quote would be good here, but I can't draw any. Just a guy
Just a guy.
doing stuff.
Yeah, just a guy doing stuff
Yeah.
on bookshelves next year. All right, we're back to Mr. Studer. What advice would you give your 15-year-old self?
Oh, Lord. Just trust the process.
Okay. Cody?
The same thing I tell our kids all the time, like do hard things. Keep doing hard things.
Good.
I would probably go back to a specific date, and again, we'll talk about time.
Yeah.
I've made a lot of mistakes in my life, and so I would probably say, hey, on this night, 2004, don't do this.
Okay.
I give myself very
You'd have
specific
to kind of go through
instructions.
time a little bit.
Yeah.
That's right.
It's the whole reason you're thinking fourth dimensionally.
That's right.
All right, we're at Cody. Ice cream flavor. Which one? And I already know this because we know each other pretty well. But what ice cream flavor best describes your personality, sir?
Oh. So not favorite, just personality.
Yeah, you could take either one.
Favorite is anything fruity. So
Yep.
like strawberry ice cream or like the sherbet stuff. I know.
Don't say it.
That's not my personality.
Yeah, that's
I just ice cream preference.
okay. Go ahead.
Myself, Chunk, and Sloth all prefer Rocky Road.
Rocky Road.
I'm pretty vanilla, pretty boring. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. No. I mean, yeah.
I figured you'd at least throw some chocolate chips in, maybe some.
No.
cookie dough.
No.
Nothing.
No. I only come to life when it's time to do work.
Good.
The rest of the time, I'm boring.
All right. We're almost there. We're at Mark. So, what was your first job that you don't list on your resume? Very first job.
I worked for M&F Liticon Construction the summer after my senior year.
Okay.
Because my dad wanted me to do that, so he would say, hey, if you're ever thinking about not graduating college, this is what is your life what you can look forward to.
Okay.
And it was the hardest thing I've ever done in my entire life. And I hated it, but I'm glad he made me do it because it made me finish college.
That's good. First job, not on your resume.
I was a UNT security officer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So what did that entail? What
Just basically making sure buildings were locked and giving parking tickets for people who parked in the 2-hour zone for 8 hours, kind of stuff like that. It was pretty calm most of the time.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Cool.
Cody?
I worked at United in high school and some in college. Started out as the kids that bagged the groceries and walk them out to cars. So talked to people and then started stocking the shelves. The dairy was not a fun place.
Yeah,
Yeah, smelly milk, but
good deal. Well, I hope you've enjoyed. We are back with the Sports Zone. I mean, it's great to be back. It feels good. What a great episode here. Rider preview episode. You got to know a little bit about Rider High School, all the happenings going on around there, and you got to know a little bit about these three guys. So we appreciate your time, and we'll be back next week with some more Sports Zone.